Hello and welcome to PFF Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Ian Hartitz, and today, guys, very special guest for our 10-question series. I know you're used to coming on here, and we get some good fantasy advice, some good fantasy analysts from around the industry, and they're all great people. This guest is objectively better than all of them. Today, I am joined by starting wide receiver on the Cincinnati Bengals, number 85 in your programs, but number 1 in your hearts, T. Higgins, everybody. T, thanks for the time, man. Happy offseason.
Man, what's up, man? I'm glad you guys were able to get me on.
Absolutely, man. We're recording this here on Cinco de Mayo, 1 p.m. So T and I haven't had too much of a chance to celebrate just yet, but hope everyone here is enjoying the draft aftermath. And like I said, we're going to get T's outlook on the Bengals, some things he went through as a rookie, and get on out of here. So T, first off, man, how hard just really was it to get acclimated with Joe Burrow last year during the middle of the pandemic? Because, I mean, it was you and Joe's first offseason, but in terms of, what some other people have seen, one of the more weirder ones we've had in a while, I'm sure you weren't really even throwing until, July or August. Like, how tough was that just not having your typical offseason despite being in a brand new offense?
I mean, yeah, it was real hard, but, just having Joe, the guy he is, he came in well prepared, and just having him help me out, he made it a lot easier for me. Yeah. So, just having him just be the guy who he is just made it so much easier. So when I got there, it just was just like, boom, it just clicked, and we was able to build our chemistry, throughout the camp and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Were you guys like friends or like, kind of on talking terms before both being drafted, or do you just kind of know who each other were?
I met him, at the combine. That was the first time I met him, but we wasn't really like talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know we was gonna be on the same team, but
okay. Yeah, man, it's funny. Like Burrow, just incredible quarterback as we've seen every single stage of his career. But as a Columbus, Ohio lifer, man, how do we let that dude get away from wearing the scarlet and gray? I mean, obviously we've had our fair share of good quarterbacks too, but Joe Burrow, the one that got away here in Buckeye country. So specifically you now, T, last year, I was looking at your snap charts, and the Bengals really did a good job of moving you around the formation. Some guys, DeAndre Hopkins spent 80% of his snaps just as the left wide receiver last year. Other teams like the Chiefs really kind of move him around. And man, you were playing 200 plus snaps in the slot left, even though you lined up on the right a lot of the time. Do you like kind of lining up in a different spot every single play, or is there a spot where you feel most comfortable?
Yeah, personally, I do like being moved around, give me different type of matchups, that I like, and, and just give defenses different looks, they can't just, I'm just not on the right side or, just on the outside in general where they can like easily double me. But, what I'm saying? I just like the way, Coach Taylor and those guys just got me moving around, and hopefully we can keep it up. So
it's funny, man, Fantasyland, like we don't know the game plans and stuff, but we do try to look at wide receiver cornerback matchups. And you do this for a couple of years and you just start seeing these instances where, we're worried about maybe a shadow number one. What happens when you face Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard, one of these guys? There are some true ballers, the Gilmores and Ramseys of the world, that will follow all the way around the field and even into the slot. But then you see some of these matchups and like, are you ever surprised when you go into the slot and you look across and you just see a linebacker against you and you're just like, come on, like you can't be serious right now?
Yeah. Whenever I see that, I just figure they're in zone. Okay. I don't think they're going to, put a linebacker on me or any receiver really personally. Yeah. I just figure they're in zone. And most of the time, sometimes they actually went man. And, I was just shocked, but didn't happen to get the ball on those plays. But
that's been a, cheat code ever since the early NCAA football days. Just put your number one wide receiver, that number 3, number 4 in the slot. Good things are going to happen. Obviously, Bengals, you guys now have Jamar Chase, but you had a pretty damn good trio last year as well. AJ Green, unfortunately, taking his talents to Arizona, wasn't quite the same monster we saw last year, but coming off that injury, getting up there in years, obviously, not everyone can be a true baller forever. Was there anything particular that you learned from playing with AJ Green that was just like, wow, I understand why this guy has been as good as he has for almost a decade now?
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, mostly it's been the little things that he's taught me, but the main thing that stuck out to me is the way he practiced. He practiced with 110% every single day. And, me being a rook, I was just trying to figure out, learning the league, figure out how all the vets do everything. And, I watched him closely. He was my favorite receiver growing up. Nice. And just to see how he practiced, made me realize that, like, this is really why he's great. You know what I'm saying? And he don't go out there to practice and be be lazy or anything like that. Every rep is 110%. And, you know, I really took that I engraved that in my mind. And, you know, ever since then, that's how I go about everything.
I mean, you know, I'm sure you were as hungry as possible coming in the league, but then to see someone like AJ Green that's already been that good for so long, still that hungry, you know, only makes you push that much harder. And, you know, people, I understand 2020 version of AJ Green wasn't great, but if you haven't been watching football for the last decade, like just realize 65 touchdowns in 127 games. Julio in that same time, 8 additional games, 5 fewer touchdowns. I'm not here to put down Julio Jones either. Just realize AJ Green, you know, if we want to do an all-decade team, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find 3 better receivers to put on that squad. Moving on to the 2021 version of your offense now, number 4 overall pick, Jamar Chase is the man replacing Green. You know, honestly, if we had to go around the league and just rank the 3 wide receiver sets, man, I think you guys are going to be on that short list. Have you like talked with Jamar and Tyler Boyd, like any sort of group goals here, maybe 1,000 yards apiece or anything like that?
No, not yet. You know, only thing I've really talked to him about is, you know, just congratulating him and getting drafted. Welcome to the city. You know, let's get this started. But, you know, hopefully we can come around, you know, talk to those guys and really the whole receiver group as a core. You know what I'm saying? Not just us 3. And you know, hopefully we can get it going, get some great goals in, and hopefully we can accomplish those goals.
Now, before Burrow got hurt last year, he was actually number 1 in the entire NFL in total dropbacks. Was that something that, you know, you guys kind of planned on going the year? Like, we are just going to throw the hell out of the ball. It's 2021. Who needs to run the ball on 1st and 10 anymore? Or would you guys maybe like to see a little more balance with your guy, Joe Mixon, here moving forward?
Yeah, I feel like we're going to see a little bit more balance. I mean, I don't know, you know, but hopefully it's a little bit more balanced at you know, open up the pass game for us, you know, and we definitely got to get Mix going. You know, when we get Mix going, he's rolling. As you can see that Jacksonville game, he had a hell of a game that game, and we just got to get Mix going. We get Mix going, us receivers get the going. So that's how I put it.
We're, you know, look, in fantasy football, I want every single player to play to the exact highest amount of their capabilities. My only job I can really do is just try to predict who's going to be getting the targets, who's going to be getting the carries, and just hope that kind of works out. Joe Mixon, man, he's already been a very good, obviously an awesome real life running back, very good in fantasy, but we're hoping this year, Giovanni Bernard now in Tampa, Joe starts getting some of those targets. So we'll see, man. He's one of those players where if he doesn't have to leave the field, man, like if you don't want him to leave the field, he doesn't have to.
Yeah, Joe, he's an elite back, man.
Yeah, definitely. Man. You can do absolutely everything. So, T, I mean, at Clemson, you faced off against plenty of NFL corners during your time there, but was there any matchup in particular during your rookie season in the NFL that made you say like, whoa, this is a new game here?
Yeah. I want to say really my first game that I actually like played a lot was our second game of the season versus the Cleveland Browns, you know, playing against elite guys like Denzel Ward, then playing against a coach who Xavier Rhodes, and then Xavier Howard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those guys, I was just like, oh yeah, these guys are really elite. You know, I got to bring my game no matter what every day. And you know, after just playing those guys, I know now, you know, I got to bring it all. Like I got to bring it all, 100%, no matter what, every single play, even on running plays.
100%. You said before that AJ Green was kind of like your favorite receiver growing up. Was there, you know, I'm sure you played both ways at some point in your life. You're too good not to. Was there a cornerback maybe you admired and you found yourself like in the middle of a game, like, holy shit, I'm playing across Xavier Rhodes right now?
No.
You're just like, I can beat all these guys eventually. Just throw me the ball. Fair enough, man. That's all good. So, you know, you mentioned your teammates before and obviously on the Bengals, but you had some pretty damn good Clemson ones that actually get drafted into, you know, I'd say objectively pretty solid situations. Amari Rodgers in the mix to be Aaron Rodgers starting slot receiver, and then Cornell Powell, who, my goodness, man, I know he didn't have like the most productive year in, year out college career, but the things he was doing to my Buckeyes and Sean Wade in particular, man, this is getting nasty at time. He's now with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. How optimistic are you that Cornell and Amari can really put up some numbers here in year one?
Yeah, man. For Amari, everybody knows Amari is an elite slot, or he can play anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Amari, he's going to help that team so much that people don't even know. You know, just the type of player he is, this type of work ethic that he has. You know, and I actually told Amari, since he's got to go play with Devontae Adams, you know, he's one of the best to do it. Yeah. I'm like, bro, next offseason when we work out, if you don't teach me anything, me and you are going to square up. Yeah, but Amari, like talking about Amari again, he fell into a great situation. He came from catching pass from Trevor Lawrence, which is an elite quarterback, to catch a pass from Aaron Rodgers, another elite quarterback.
There you go, man.
Same for Cornell. Trevor Lawrence to Patty Mahomes. That's just not normal. It's the same thing for me. Trevor Lawrence to Joe. You know what I'm saying? But with Cornell, he's going to help the Chiefs out tremendously, and I can't wait to see these guys prosper and put up numbers in the league.
It's, I hate when someone like busts in the NFL and people try to put it on that player. Like, look, you're one person on an 11-person offense, like the coaches, the quarterback, so much can impact it. I mean, you look at guys like Andre Johnson, Allen Robinson, who just really never had an above average quarterback throughout their entire career. Yeah, some guys can still make the most of it, but ideally, let's play with one of these studs. What really made the fit for Amari Rodgers so exciting for me, if you watch some of these old, 5-6 years ago, Packers games, man, when Randall Cobb was really balling out in his early years, they would even use him at running back. And as you were saying, Amari can play everywhere. Like, I would love to see him in a role in that slot, but also let's give the guy 10 or 15 carries a game. Why not? Or not a game, per season.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Amari can do that. He definitely won't have a problem with doing it. But I know at his heart, he's a receiver. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he'll do anything to help his team get a W.
100%, sure. Man. All right. So got to ask about your number. Your Twitter is at @THiggins5. Obviously, the NFL has come out, changed their number rules a little bit. Did some research here. I know you've been asked about this before, and I believe what you said is that you want to wear 85. Fans like you in 85, even if your heart might still be on number 5. T, have you considered doing like a bet of sorts? Like, hey, fans, I love you guys, but if I scored 10 touchdowns this year, let me get back to number 5, because that could be a win-win.
Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah, like you said, my heart is at 5. It definitely is.
And you want to help the fans out, which is admirable.
But the fans, I want to help them out. They all just bought the new threads and whatnot. And, I definitely want to make my fans happy.
Yeah. They'd be happy about 10 scores, T.
At the same time, that number 5 is just like, it's just sitting on my mind. But, I like that. You know what? To the fans out there, if I score 10 or more touchdowns this season, I have to go back to 5.
There we go. You hear that, everyone? 10 touchdowns for T. You give him number 5. How can they be mad at that? 10 trips to the end zone? Come on.
They can't. They got to be happy with it. It's only right.
There we go, man. Once you get that 10, man, I'm gonna be shouting from the roofs.
Just 4 more from last season. Just 4 more.
There we go, man. And yeah, people, seriously, I know the Bengals, if you're a casual NFL fan, maybe weren't the most appointment television, but T, man, for you to go 908 yards, 6 touchdowns, even not having your quarterback for a good chunk of that year, man, truly impressive first year. Last question before I get you out of here. You mentioned before, it's not just you, Tyler, and Jamar, it's the rest of the receivers. T, I think you're awesome, man. But one of my favorite receivers in the NFL is Auden Tate. I just think that people don't give him enough credit. He had this game 2 years ago against the Ravens. Every single catch was like this diving, full extension snag. And then the haters will say, oh, he can't separate. Get out of here. You throw the ball in the guy's general area code, he comes down with it. T, can you help me explain to people that Auden Tate is, in fact, a good NFL wide receiver?
Tate, man, AT is one of the best receivers I've ever been around.
Hell yeah.
He's just like, like I said about AJ, 110 in practice every day. He make those plays in practice. So, of course, he's going to make them in a game, you know what I'm saying? Practice reps or game reps, you know what I'm saying? And, just me coming in, Tate, he helped me out with the plays, you know what I'm saying? He brought me in and, helped me, really took me under his wing. And, I can't thank Tate enough. Just him being the player he is, him being the person he is, it's just, he's the guy that's he's going to get his regardless. Yeah. And I'm telling y'all here right now, Auden Tate will be an elite receiver in this league. Actually, he is right now. Yeah. But when he get his name really out there, y'all going to see. Y'all going to see.
I co-sign that, man. They will find out. It's not too late, everyone. Go hop on the bandwagon right now. T and I are driving, but we got room. Come on, everyone. Hop on the Auden Tate bandwagon. Probably will be the number 4 guy, but you know what, everyone? That is just fine. He's going to get his, make the most of the opportunities. T, fantastic stuff, man. Again, everyone can find you on Twitter at THiggins5. Anything else you want to get off your chest before we get out of here?
To my Cincinnati fans, I love y'all. Great things are coming this season. Stay blessed.
100%, man. Great stuff. We got our PFF headquarters over there in Cincy, man. You ever feeling like putting your sports reporter cap on? Love to have you. Feel free to come on by, man. Hell of a city down there in the Ohio land. So great stuff, man. He's T. Higgins. I'm Ian Hartitz. This has been the PFF Fantasy Football Podcast. And until next time, take care, everybody.